There's a story that I love to tell from my time when I was a Rebbe in DRS, many, many years ago. And we were running a Shabbaton. And I'm sure you went to schools that had Shabbatons in a hotel somewhere, or in camps. Anyway, we were running a Shabbaton, and everyone had to do rooming requests of who they want to room with, right? So you get 4 guys to a room or something. So we gave out a piece of paper, and everyone had to fill out who they wanted a room with. And we handed it out during Shir, and I'm looking at the classroom, and I'm like, we got a problem here. Because I'm looking at one kid, let's call him Yaakov, wasn't his name, and I'm like, Yaakov has no friends. Nobody is going to request to room with him. And I see, the kids are they're making gestures to each other because they didn't know that this was going to be happening. So they're making the plans, right? I'm like, and Yaakov is just like this. So I collected all the papers. It was at the last 2 minutes of class. So I quickly said, Stephen, another kid, who's the most popular kid, because he's easygoing, funny, good at, for boys, is good at sports, but not so good that he's intimidating, kind of cool, but not so cool that you're afraid of him. He's the perfect guy. He's smart, but not a genius. He's he's Mu'ur of Mabrios. Everyone loved Stephen. And Stephen has no problem socially, right? So I said, Stephen, stay behind. He said, okay. Everyone leaves. I didn't look at any of the papers yet. I just had them in my hand. I said, Stephen, I know you're a nice kid. I know you're a big tzaddik. Yaakov, I don't think anyone's going to request Yaakov. So I'd like to give you back your paper. And, if you could just put Yaakov as one of your rooming requests. And Stephen says to me, Rebbe, what do you think of me? I'm like, I think you're a nice enough kid to do this. I think it would be great if you would do this. He said, find my paper. And I go through the pile, and I pull out Stephen's paper. There are 3 lines on the paper. And in his paper it says, Yaakov, Yaakov, Yaakov. Everyone got the same paper. Every kid in the room got that paper. And every single kid in the room started thinking about, how am I going to have the best Shabbaton? How am I going to have the most enjoyable time? The way most of us think about tefillah. We approach HaKadosh Baruch Hu, how's it going to be good for me? What can you do for me? Stephen got that paper, and by the way, every time I tell this story, people try to get, it is his real name. He's a doctor nowadays, so because Rabbi Stephen Janikowski always gets a lot of a lot of compliments after I tell this story. He would have done the same thing. It's just he's a big tzaddik too, but it wasn't Rabbi Stephen Janikowski. It was a different Stephen. And he got that paper, and he started to think, how can I use this as an opportunity to help someone else? How can I be the shliach of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? How can I be the answer to someone else's tefillah? It's a major part. I started by saying that when I was your age, people would tell me to be selfish. And that, it's about you, it's about your growth, it is terrible advice. If you are selfish, you will never grow the way you're supposed to, as an Eved Hashem, as a person who's supposed to develop as a religious personality. Part of being a Jew is to recognize that you're part of Am Yisrael. You need Am Yisrael needs you. That you're part of something bigger. For so many people at this stage in life, the next step, the decision is made is what's most convenient, what's most expedient, what fits my lifestyle in a way that will be easiest for me. Part of that question has to be not just what's easiest for me and what's part of that question, how can I learn to train myself to belong to something bigger?